This is Tracy with Bloodshotiris.com, sitting here with Rob Johnson. Got a couple questions for you. First, what are your musical and non-musical influences?
My musical influences are pretty much anything 70s punk. Loved The Clash, loved Sex Pistols, anything from that. My non-musical influence is pretty much just fun fashion. I like wearing, how many people wear crap like this? So that's kind of, my non-musical influence.
Which CDs do you have in your car?
I have Bloodshotiris. Yeah, that's one of them. I have, who is that? Oh, I know, not a good interview. I have, what is that? New York Dolls has Dance Like a Monkey on it, Standing on the Lip of the Volcano. I've got Ramones in there too.
And what inspires you to do what you do?
Basically, I've always grown up listening to music, and I'm from Oklahoma, and I actually grew up on a farm a lot of the time. And I would listen to what my, cousins, nephews, and all my relatives listened to, which was like Webb Pierce, Johnny Cash, a lot of old country, which was like real country at the time. It wasn't this rocked up stuff. It wasn't hat acts. These are real country guys. And a lot of my family, moved to California and started the Bakersfield sound in a way, because they moved to Sacramento area. And my papa couldn't afford to feed his family because he grew up on a farm. And he had a farm and everything, but wasn't doing that good. So what he would do is he started his own band, and he would go around to shucking bees, and he would play music for, the people picking corn and stuff in the field, and they would pay him in bushels of corn, and that's how he fed his family. So that's kind of where I got it from.
So how do you think music affects you and others?
The way I think it affects me is you're always listening to music. It seems like no matter if you've got sad times you're going through, you think of a sad song. Happy times, you're thinking of, upbeat kind of fun stuff. And if you think about it, if you're driving to work, you're listening to the radio, you're not listening to a football game. And you're driving home, you're not listening to the news, you're listening to, music. And you can keep switching around till you find something that hits what you like.
And who is your favorite artist living?
Elvis Costello.
And deceased?
Favorite, probably Frank Sinatra.
And what was your first concert?
Kiss. And that's the first concert I got stoned at, because I had no idea that was a joint they were passing back between us.
And if you had to answer this, what band would be your guilty pleasure?
What band would be my guilty pleasure? It would probably have to be Air Supply, because I've got a tattoo right, where the tramp stamp should be. And,
Now describe a day in Rob's life.
A day in Rob's life is I'll wake up, I'll clean up, I'll go to work, I do what my wife tells me, I'll come home, and again I'll do what my wife tells me, and then I'll just go to bed.
When I tell you.
When she tells me, when my wife tells me.
And do you have any advice for fellow bands out there?
Basically, keep doing what you're doing, but don't get stuck on one thing. Listen to everything outside your normal realm of what you normally listen to, and see if you can incorporate something a little different to bring in. Because, I'm in like kind of a southern metal band. Bloodshotiris is kind of southern metal. But I bring a little punk to it, all right? And we've got other guys that bring in a little country, a lot of metal, and then, that country kind of lyrics to it. Heartbreak, drinking, fighting, jail. Now, you put all that together, you got a fun mix. So, yeah, other bands, don't stick to one thing. pull in other influences.
And any final words of wisdom, comments, or shout outs?
I could use a beer right now.
There you go.